Welcome, everybody, to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks. Thank you for listening to the show, coming at you live from Lexington, Kentucky, in the Belmont studio. I have Amber here in the studio with me. And Amber, a lot has happened since we last got together.
I know. It feels like it's been 2 months.
It does feel like a long time, but we watched the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring game. The halftime... Well, actually, no. I take that back. Boring halftime show, interesting game.
And I think that's the first combination, or the first time that combination's been put together in a long time.
Yeah. Because, like, the game's usually boring, and then the halftime show's good.
It's really exciting, and people are usually pumped about it, and...
Yeah, but this time, I thought that the game was awesome. I don't really remember much about it, because it was so long ago, but we do know that the Philadelphia Eagles won.
Yes, they did.
It was their first Super Bowl, I believe, of all time.
Hey.
And they had been to the Super Bowl before, but they won. Tom Brady, he lost, but he's got a new little reality show on Facebook.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
It's called Tom vs. Time.
Tom versus Time?
Tom vs. Time.
Okay, then.
Yeah, and so, the Philadelphia Eagles won. Justin Timberlake performed the halftime show. And Justin Timberlake, he's from NSYNC, he's a dancer, he's a pop star, But, and he did the Super Bowl show, halftime show, and danced around and was entertaining, but it was just very blah.
I feel, and I know that I'll get a lot of flack for this, but I feel like he's always been kind of blah.
Justin Timberlake.
I don't know. I'm not like, he came out with that album. I used to get ready to it every morning when we were freshmen in high school. That first album he dropped.
With the disco ball?
No.
When he had the disco ball
this
on
was
his foot? Oh, Justified.
Yeah, this is Justified.
Justified, yeah.
And I mean, I'm telling you, man, like it was banging. I listened to it every day.
Yeah.
And then, 2006,
Yeah.
he came up with that Sexy Back. And
right,
I thought,
that was big.
I thought, Sexy never went nowhere, man. You just took a break for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So, Justin Timberlake, you're saying basically just don't have the it factor?
Well, I think... and I'm going to say this, and actually, it might have been me and you having a conversation.
What?
That, he played in some of those movies, and I think he is a good actor.
Yeah.
I think he's a very talented individual.
Yeah.
But I think, when I look at him now, I don't see, I'm bringing sexy back, So he's on here, and he's got all these, robots in this new music video he's got. It's just not doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that. It just don't do it for me. He don't do it for me.
Yeah, so Justin Timberlake did the Super Bowl. That was pretty much it. And, Amber, let's see. A lot else has been happening in sports. I showed you a video on social media of the signing that a kid had on college game day.
Yep.
To sign with 3 football schools: Tennessee, Florida, and Alabama. And he had his whole family there sitting with him, and he had his mom beside of him. And his mom was decked out in
Alabama,
and then she had on a Tennessee hat.
Did she?
Yeah.
I thought she was all Alabama out.
No, she had an Alabama shirt on, Tennessee hat. Very weird. But no, Florida. Her son, dressed in an Alabama-colored suit, picked Florida. And then when he did that, his mom walked away.
And she didn't do it gracefully.
No, she got up right after his decision and made it all about her.
Made a scene.
The attention all went on her. And now she got a lot of flack for it.
I don't blame people for being pissed off.
I feel sorry for that kid for having a mom like that.
He just, we put so much pressure on these, I'm going to say children, because they're kids, they're 18-year-old, boys.
Yeah.
We put so much pressure on these guys, and we're like, by God, you better pick the right school, and you better go there, and you better do, you better play the best you can, but you better get A's too.
But she walked out, and so everybody made a big deal. But later they said she come back and hugged him, but it was too late. She already messed that up. She already messed that up. Embarrassed him on national TV. But they got deeper into the story, and they asked her questions. They said, "Why did you do that?" And she was not commenting really on it, but people were saying that it was because she didn't want him to go to Florida, because Florida was a place that I think he had connections to that could get him in trouble.
Okay.
So, but it doesn't matter.
No.
The way she did it on that day, it could have waited.
And
it was terrible.
It was terrible. But I feel like that's some shit that would probably happen to me.
You think your mom would just walk out if you made your own decision?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does she listen to the show?
I hope and pray to God no.
I think she does because she liked the Off the Cuff Facebook page.
That's kind of painful.
Well, Amber, are you going to watch the Black Panther?
Yeah, I really want to watch the Black Panther. I'm excited about it, and one of my favorite artists, worked on the soundtrack. That's Kendrick Lamar. He had a lot to do with it. Yes, I'm excited. Now, I don't really like.
Here is why I don't want to watch the Black Panther.
Man.
See, so this is a movie that I was excited about. I couldn't wait to see it. It was a superhero movie. I love superhero movies. Who doesn't? And the Black Panther, it's an old comic book superhero.
Yeah.
And I was so excited to see this movie. Until it came out, and the message that I don't think it meant to send, but I think the way black people have taken this message and they flipped it around into a, almost like a black dominant thing that they're trying to build. They're saying that black power, and they're basically saying that, the messages that have been sent out on social media. I'm going to show you a thing that I saw on Instagram, and this is from the Black Panther movie. But basically, it's 3 white guys working in it looks like a cotton field, and they're getting beat with a belt by a black guy, and it's got the Black Panther there in the background. Well, and then it's got hashtag Black Panther. But then, the picture in itself is crazy. But if you read the comments, and I read things like, "This pleases me. This is for my ancestors, bitch." And then I read stuff like, "Oh, this is what the future is going to look like." And all these like laughing emojis. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is the most racist thing I believe I've ever seen. It made me sick to my stomach, because black people on this Instagram are basically saying, okay, yeah, what happened to us is okay as long as it doesn't happen to us. So, they are laughing at this racism. This is racist towards white people. White people getting beat to death with a belt.
Racism is racism is racism. That's always been my view on it. And my thing is, that is wrong. It
is very wrong. And when I saw that, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to go see this movie now, because if this movie is causing so much hate into the world, I don't want to go watch it.
I just think that this is coming about at the wrong time. We've got all of these issues with, sexual violence against women. We've got pay inequality, and now we've got, the Grammy, the man who actually, produces the Grammys award show, made a statement about women, that if women wanted to be voted in to Record of the Year, they needed to step up.
Yeah.
He told people like Pink and Alicia Keys, and
I agree. He basically is saying step up. If you're not good enough to be nominated, it has nothing to do with your gender.
Well, but
that's what he's saying. But this picture, I want people to look at it. It's all Def Digital, ALLDEFDIGITAL, Instagram. Go to it and look at this picture. It is
this Twitter? It
is absolutely just disgusts me, and I just could not believe that the message that it's sending in the comments to beat it off. Is there really that many people that would like to see us go through that? Because I think it was terrible how they were treated.
I don't think people understand inequality. I'm going to leave it at that. Because it's not just about black and white, and it's never been just about black and white. It's about, different skin tone, different hair tone, different eye color, being big, being fat, being dumb, being smart. There's inequality everywhere you look. Unfortunately, this is the biggest one.
I have no problem with black people. I have friends that are black people. I have nothing but good things to say about them because I'm friends with them. But when they get on, the message that they're sending out here on Instagram, and I read through this and I'm like, wow, look how many racist black people there are that hate me. That is astonishing.
I think it's uneducated people, just like, I don't know. It's always been a two-sided war, and it will always be a two-sided war. I just hate that this is where the world is now.
21,084 likes on this picture.
And that's 21,000 people who feel as though they've been wronged and they've had some type of injustice done to them. And instead of me hating them, I'm just going to say, you know, I have love for all of us, because it doesn't just take, you know, one group of people, it takes everybody.
I know not all black people feel that way, but you should look at that picture and not feel any emotion if you're a black person, because that is still wrong. Regardless, that act of hitting anybody and making them your slave is wrong.
It's wrong.
You know, if you laugh at it, you have an evil heart. Like when I see like a black person getting beat by a white person, like old videos and stuff of that, like or a movie of it, it like hurts my heart.
Like me with the Asians.
So you know, So you know, the Black Panther, no.
Oh dang it! I'll watch it and tell you if it's good.
Yeah, but Amber, let's move on to some things that has been happening in this country. That's another very controversial thing that I'm going to get off on. There was a shooting. There was a Valentines Day Massacre. And that happened on February the 14th, 2018. I bet you haven't heard it being coined a Valentine's Day Massacre until tonight. Point. The semi-automatic weapons that regular civilians have, I can't make sense as to why they should be able to own that. Like, what is the point?
Well, I mean, that's like saying, what's the point in owning 5 TVs? You know, it's not a problem until there's a problem.
No. You can't compare that to non-TVs. Because...
No, not comparing them to a TV. I'm just saying, you know, owning 5 TVs ain't a problem until there's a problem.
Well, there's a problem.
People have been owning, you know, semi-automatic weapons.
TVs don't kill people. These, if you look at all these massacres, it's all been used by a semi-automatic weapon.
And
Columbine, Virginia Tech, the shooting that killed all the 36-year-old first graders. Sandy Hook. The gay nightclub in Orlando that killed 70 people. They all had a semi-automatic weapon.
And I can get where people assimilate semi-automatic weapons with mass destruction, because I consider that mass destruction. Anytime you have a loss of a life, I don't care if it's, you know, a prisoner being put to death, I still feel like it's a destruction of something. You are destroying something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. You know, I know they're being linked to mass destruction, but there's a bigger thing that people aren't getting right now, and that's that we don't live in a time that we used to live in. You know, growing up on Beaver, did your mom and daddy ever lock their door?
I would say probably. I mean, they probably did, but
probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not. You know, someone in your family, and I won't say you know, they knew that I liked pizza and milkshakes.
Yeah.
And I would buy one Monday through Thursday. And Friday night, I got it for free.
Yeah.
Friday night, I get it for free. Your parents knew my parents. Mm-hmm. My parents knew your parents.
Yeah.
Everybody knew everybody. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, we're so disconnected from each other now, because, I mean, I feel like, you know, as, you know, we've kind of gotten a smidge older, I feel like I'm getting back together with some people. But the thing that people are missing is we don't live in the time that we used to live in now. There was no way that it would have ever been socially acceptable for some of the things that happen now. If my mom or your mom posted pictures of themselves half naked all over Facebook, even though they were standing up for a cause as breastfeeding, would you not be pissed?
Oh, absolutely. It would drive me insane. Yeah.
Everything you've ever done was chronicalized.
So you're basically blaming it on the times. It's
Harry Styles said it best. It's a sign of the times.
It's
a sign of the times. It's not that it needs to be blamed on the times. It's just, this is where we are in society right now. Same as they were.
And I'll piggyback off that. This is where we are. And then you look at the current situation of how these semi-automatic weapons are affecting all of these. Like, you cannot walk into a school with a shotgun and take out that many people. Kaboom, kaboom, you know, 5 or 6, you got to reload. When you have a semi-automatic weapon...
Oh, yeah, you're going to fire.
You can fire. The gun used in Vegas that killed all those people was a AR-15.
Like I said, They will kill. I mean, that's the beauty of owning a gun.
They cut people in two. I mean, those guns.
It's the beauty of owning a gun. You know, I went from a 45 high point to a 9mm, and you know what I always.
But I'm not saying banning. I'm not saying banning guns. I'm saying we should draw the line somewhere. I think that here's what we should do. I think that those guns should be used for military or police officers.
But it doesn't stop.
Wait. Because hold on. Because. There's no purpose for them. Like, okay, yeah, they're nice to look at, but you can go shoot them at a gun range or whatever if you want to. But there's no purpose to own one. You never need one. You can't hunt with them. I mean, it's illegal to kill, so you naturally can't buy one to kill somebody. So, like, you don't need one. I think we should draw the line somewhere with guns. And then, like, you know, let shotguns, pistols, those rifles, things like that, they're okay to have. But, like, yes, the amendment, right to bear arms, it's okay now to go in, and this is controversial to edit the Constitution just a tad, because the right to bear arms, yes, but just like tanks are illegal, we can't buy a tank. We should make certain things military and police only. I'm not saying that solves the problem with the school shootings. You can build a bomb, you can do anything like that. And there's bad people out there that can get a hold of them somehow, some way.
There's bad people who will kill you with their bare hands.
We shouldn't make it so easy, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I can feel you on that. I can dig that.
Yeah.
I can dig that. I feel, you know, yeah, I mean, I feel as though, you know, at 18, I shouldn't be able to walk in and buy 3 guns. Because, you know, I always had this, you know, perception that buying a gun was going to be hard. Don't you feel like it should be hard? Because you're buying something that, you know, yeah, I get it.
So lethal.
That is very lethal. Yeah, I can strangle you with the cord on this. Or, yeah, you know, I can do something. I can stab you with a knife. But I can kill you instantly with a gun. Everything else is going to take a little work. I can kill you instantly. Do you know how long it took me to buy my gun when I went over the summer? It took me about an hour, and 50 minutes of that I spent in the gun range trying to figure out how to load the sumbitch, because nobody came and showed me. They let me walk out of there with a gun I'd never shot before. I didn't know how to do anything with it, and they didn't ask me any questions. Can I see your driver's license and your credit card?
Wow.
Here you go.
Wow.
And I walked out of there with a gun.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get it, you know, but I'm all for that process, you know, fine, buy as many as you want, but just, you know, draw the line somewhere with the type of weapons that we can own. Like, the AR-15s, come on now, like, what's the point? You feel me?
I do, you know, I would love to refute on that, because I feel like I've always been one of those people that I'm like, no, man ain't gonna take my rights, right. But, you know, I mean...
I'm not saying take your rifles and your shotguns and your pistols.
But it's a sign of the times that we live in.
It is.
Things are not the same anymore.
So things should change.
Things...
What do you mean, I didn't talk a lot, just 50% of the time? I talk more now.
Well, I mean, it's just me and you, in here right now. We always talk.
I mean, if it was a room full of people, you saying I'm not talking?
If it's a room full of people, you probably sitting there going through, picking out all the people that we don't like.
You're crazy. Basically saying I'm like antisocial at a party.
Ooh. Gross.
That was recent. When that girl asked me my age, and she said, I said I was 29, and she said, ooh, gross.
Gross.
No, I work the room when I'm at a party. I talk to everybody. You didn't go to college with me.
I've been around you enough.
That's where I flourished. Like a swan.
Like a swan.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Off the Cuff. This has been Adam Banks and Amber.
Thanks.
See you later.